Have you ever put on a beautifully tailored pair of wide-leg trousers or a classic midi skirt, only to feel that something about the overall silhouette looks slightly off? You checked the waistline, the top fits perfectly, yet the mirror tells you the outfit lacks that crisp, polished elegance you intended. More often than not, the culprit is not the garment itself, but the relationship between the hemline and your shoe. Welcome back to our style sanctuary. Today, we are mastering the art of the shoe-to-hemline ratio. As we mature, our style priorities often shift toward effortless sophistication, freedom of movement, and understated confidence. Understanding how footwear interacts with your hemlines is the single most powerful tool for creating a long, balanced vertical line, regardless of your height or shoe preference. We are counting down the 5 essential principles of shoe-to-hemline proportions, ending with the ultimate tailoring rule that instantly elevates any wide-leg trouser. Starting at number 5, we have the ankle gap rule for midi skirts. The principle here focuses on managing the space between the lower edge of your skirt and the top of your footwear. When a midi skirt ends right at the widest point of your calf, leaving a small, awkward sliver of exposed leg above a high shaft boot, it visually cuts the leg into multiple horizontal sections. Visually, this horizontal disruption shortens your frame and draws unnecessary attention to the calves rather than creating a continuous, graceful line. The practical fix is delightfully simple. You want to aim for one of 2 clear extremes, either complete overlap or deliberate space. Either choose a taller boot whose shaft disappears comfortably underneath the hemline of your skirt, or opt for a low-vamp shoe such as a pointed ballet flat, slingback, or classic pump that leaves a generous, intentional stretch of ankle visible. For a concrete outfit, picture a fluid pleated navy midi skirt paired with rich burgundy knee-high leather boots that slip 2 inches beneath the hem. The eye glides downward without interruption, creating an elegant column of color and texture that feels warm, refined, and completely seamless. Moving to number 4, we address toe shape and vamp depth with wide-leg trousers. The principle is straightforward. Wide-leg trousers introduce a substantial volume of fabric at the base of your outfit. If you pair them with a shoe that features a blunt, very round, or extremely heavy rounded toe, the shoe appears to swallow your foothold or disappear entirely beneath the sweeping hem. Visually, when your foot vanishes under wide trousers, the heavy hem appears to anchor heavily to the floor, making your stance look weighed down and shortening your silhouette. The practical correction is to balance the wide sweep of fabric with an elongated toe shape. Look for shoes featuring almond toes, refined pointed toes, or sleek squared toes, along with a shoe structure that shows a bit of the instep. This subtle extension acts as a stylish anchor, extending the line of your leg beyond the fabric fold. As a practical example, imagine high-waisted cream fluid wool trousers draped over an almond toe cognac leather loafer or a low pointed toe kitten heel boot. The subtle point emerging from beneath the rich trousers grounds the wide hem beautifully, balancing the volume and creating an impression of effortless height and poise. Now for number 3, visual weight equivalence. This rule governs how the weight of your garment fabric dictates the structural weight of your shoe. Heavy winter textiles like heavy denim, thick corduroy, or dense structured wool midi skirts require footwear with sufficient visual substance. Conversely, floating fabrics like silk, satin, or fine jersey need lighter, more delicate shoe profiles. Visually, pairing a bulky, heavy lug sole boot with a floating chiffon midi skirt creates a harsh, jarring contrast that distracts from your look. Similarly, pairing delicate, ultra-thin flat sandals with heavy winter wool wide-leg trousers makes the trousers look overwhelmingly top-heavy, as if they are crushing the foot underneath. The practical fix is to match texture and weight density. Pair heavier fabrics with block heels, structured leather loafers, or medium-soled boots. Reserve your delicate slingbacks, fine leather flats, and refined straps for fluid, lightweight garments. Consider this concrete example: a rich charcoal wool wide-leg trouser styled with a polished black leather block heel boot featuring a clean, subtle sole. The boot has enough substance to ground the heavy wool without looking clunky, achieving perfect equilibrium between fabric structure and footwear weight. Before we reveal our top 2 ratio principles, including the single most crucial hemline clearance measurement that prevents dragging without sacrificing your height, take a moment to consider how small adjustments in shoe shape can completely transform clothes you already own. You do not need a brand new wardrobe, you simply need to refine how your favorite pieces meet at the ankle. That brings us to number 2, the tonal continuity technique. This principle relies on color relationship rather than physical garment shape. Tonal continuity means aligning the color tone of your shoe either with your trousers, your midi skirt, or the hosiery you wear underneath. Visually, high contrast between your hem, your legs, and your footwear creates stark horizontal lines. Each line acts as a visual stop sign for the viewer's eye, cutting your vertical height into segmented blocks. Low contrast, on the other hand, tricks the eye into seeing one long, unbroken vertical line. The practical fix is to keep your footwear within the same color family or tonal depth as your hemline or your tights. If you are wearing dark midi skirts in winter, pair them with dark opaque tights and matching dark shoes. If you are wearing light trousers, select beige, tan, soft taupe, or cream footwear. For a stunning outfit example, picture forest green wide-leg trousers paired with deep olive suede ankle boots. Because the colors belong to the same deep, earthy family, the leg line flows down smoothly from the waist to the toe, maximizing height and delivering an extraordinarily polished, intentional aesthetic. Finally, we arrive at number 1, the floor clearance golden ratio for wide-leg trousers. This is the golden rule of modern trouser styling. The principle states that the bottom hem of a wide-leg trouser should hover precisely 1/2 to 1 inch off the ground over your chosen heel height. Visually, if trousers sit 2 or 3 inches above the ground, the wide opening flares outward like a bell, breaking the vertical drape and making the legs appear truncated. If the hem touches the floor, the fabric pools, wrinkles, and folds at the ankle, ruining the tailored line of the trouser and creating an untidy appearance. The practical fix is to commit your wide-leg trousers to specific heel heights. Tailor your wide-leg pants while wearing the exact shoe height you wear most often, whether that is a sleek 1-inch flat or a classic 2-inch block heel. Ensure the tailor hem leaves that crucial 1/2-inch clearance off the floor. To bring this to life, imagine crisp, navy-tailored wide-leg trousers hemmed precisely 1/2 inch above the ground over a sleek 2-inch leather block heel pump. As you walk, the fabric sweeps cleanly forward without catching, puddling, or floating awkwardly, creating a long, commanding, and impeccably tailored silhouette. Let us quickly recap our 5 foundational shoe-to-hemline ratios. First, control the ankle gap with midi skirts by overlapping tall boots or using open low-vamp flats. Second, extend your toe box when wearing wide trousers to balance heavy fabric volume. Third, match fabric weight to shoe weight for visual harmony. Fourth, use tonal continuity to eliminate harsh horizontal breaks. And fifth, maintain the 1/2-inch floor clearance ratio on all your tailored wide-leg trousers. When you apply these simple spatial rules, your existing clothes will instantly feel more elevated, harmonious, and flattering. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these 5 ratios solved a wardrobe dilemma for you today? If you enjoyed this gentle, practical approach to mature style, please subscribe to join our growing community of elegant women. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I will see you in the next video.